Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
17 days ago, the Phillies and the Nationals met for the first time this season. The renewed Nats walked away with the first game in dramatic fashion. Game number 2 was less dramatic, but much of the same story, ending in a Washington win. The finale was anything but the same. The hunted became the hunters in Game 3. But a Titans win was just the beginning of a season-long rivalry as they welcome the Nationals to town. The best offensive catcher in the National League has arrived, so we're ready to go. The Nationals are in town to renew what has turned out to be a pretty good rivalry between the Phils and the Washington Nationals. The Phils 20 games in a row against teams with better than 500 records. And you see the standings of the National League East. The Nationals at 24-17. The Phils are 5 games back behind the Atlanta Braves at 21-21. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Chris Wheeler. When these two teams faced each other a little more than 2 weeks ago, since that time, the Nationals are 6-7. The Phillies are 7-6. And we know all season long, it doesn't matter who it is in the National League East, doesn't matter what the pitching matchup is, these games are going to be important.
They are, Tom, and both teams have very good starting rotations, especially when you look at their first 3 in the rotation. Tonight, you're going to see a young pitcher named Gio Gonzalez. For me right now, top 3 left-handers in the league, this guy Kershaw and Hamels, he's that good. He has 3 way above average pitches, a mid-90s fastball, a big-time curveball, as you see right there, and a really good changeup. Gio Gonzalez had some good years with Oakland. He's still just a young pitcher, but he is really coming into his own. Now, can he keep it up all year in a pennant race? We'll see. But look at the numbers right now, and look at the opponent batting average, tops in the National League, and 60 strikeouts in 48 2/3 innings. Really a good-looking pitcher. Kyle Kendrick filling in right now for Vance Worley. Did a really good job in Chicago the other night. A leadoff double, and he was able to strand them out there, and then went on to pitch 6 really strong innings, giving up just 2 runs and only 1 of them earned. Kept them in the ball game, and they were able to beat the Chicago Cubs, and that's what they're looking for from Kyle Kendrick tonight, to mix his pitches up, use his cutter, use his changeup, use his sinking fastball, because you don't want to spot this team too many runs tonight with Gio Gonzalez on the mound.
Yeah, I asked Kyle the other day after his bullpen session what he would like to do in this outing against the Nationals. He just said, stay aggressive like he was against the Chicago Cubs. So it's game 1 of a 3-game series between the Phils and the Nationals. Brad Lidge is back in town. Not activated just yet, but he also got a chance to see some of his former teammates before this ballgame. The lineups and first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross. No matter where you are in life or business, we have plans that fit. Go to plansthatfit.com. They get set to begin this 3-game series against the Washington Nationals. That mild sprained ankle. Yesterday, he said it was close to 100%, not totally. Today, he said he felt a little bit better, so he's out there. Let's take a look at the Nats starting lineup tonight. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off in left field, Steve Lombardozzi. Bryce Harper bats second, then Ryan Zimmerman and Adam LaRoche. Ian Desmond's batting fifth, Danny Espinosa sixth. The bottom third of Ankiel Flores and Gio Gonzalez. And they'll face Phillies right-hander Kyle Kendrick, who's set to make his 5th start of the year, his 10th appearance overall. 0-3 with a 5.96 earned run average.
Yeah, and Kyle Kendrick, you get him some runs as a starter, is a pretty good pitcher too. So that's what they're going to try and do tonight. There's his record overall. He's been in the bullpen, and as a spot starter with Worley down, he's taken his spot.
Well, last year Kyle made 15 starts, had an earned run average of 3.14. In his last start, he pitched very well, allowed 1 earned run over 6 innings. So here's Lombardozzi, who'll lead it off for the Nationals. And the first pitch of the night is outside. So we're underway, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
This guy was playing third base when the Phillies saw the Nationals a few weeks ago, but now Zimmerman's back, and he's in the outfield.
Yeah, they have been banged up in the outfield. Like a lot of teams, they've had to deal with a lot of injuries.
Behind the plate and in the outfield. Their catchers were dropping like flies for a while.
2 balls and no strikes to Lombardozzi, who's hit in 5 straight as a starter. And there's ball 3. In Kyle's last outing against the Cubs, he allowed a leadoff double, but then left that runner over at third. Did a really nice job working around that leadoff double. And here he's trying to retire Lombardozzi to start the first, and he's behind 3 balls and 1 strike. Line drive to right field, right at Hunter Pence, so 1 away. Nationals are coming off a series against the Baltimore Orioles in which they lost 2 of 3. They salvaged the series yesterday, and now here comes Bryce Harper.
Number 34, Bryce Harper.
That's respect.
Well, Bryce Harper said that he was hoping to get booed when he came to the plate here in Philadelphia.
Oh, he didn't have to worry about that.
I didn't think there was any question about whether he would get booed.
There are some definites in life, and absolutely that was one.
244, and this is rookie year with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. He was hitting third when the Phillies faced the Nationals when Zimmerman was on the disabled list. But once Zimmerman came off the DL, Davey Johnson put him up to the 2 spot.
And he was playing left field, and now he's playing right field, of course, with Worth on the DL with a broken wrist.
Two balls, no strikes, the count to Harper. And a cutter inside, 3-0. So first 2 batters of the night, Kyle has fallen behind 3-0.
There's the one thing that jumped out to you about Harper. There's Ryan Zimmerman back with the Nationals. He doesn't swing a lot of bad balls.
Although his average is down to 244. He was 4 for 12 in the series against the Orioles. He scored 3 runs, had 2 runs batted in. 3-1 pitch to him. Chopper back toward the middle. Galvis behind the bag, can't get to it. The ball just never took a hop up. He would have had a tough time throwing out Harper anyway.
Yeah, he was never going to throw Harper out. I've seen him run already, and his guy's a plus runner.
So a 1-out single. Galvis is playing shortstop tonight because Jimmy Rollins and his lovely wife Johari welcomed in their first child last night, a baby girl. So congratulations to Jimmy and Johari.
Yeah. Talking to Jimmy about that spring training, he was really excited about it. So
going to be a great dad. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman 257 this year with 2 home runs and 12 runs batted in. During the course of his career, he has hit in to a number of double plays. Part of that's because he hits the ball hard. And a lot of times when he pulls it right at the shortstop or the third baseman.
Yeah, he's not a guy that runs real well, so he's a double play. And one of the most famous double plays he ever hit into in his career, Jimmy Rollins started.
Ball back toward the middle, and the Phillies were able to finish off the 2008 division crown. That one's hit hard. Galvis has got it. Flips to second for one. Fontenot has trouble getting out of his glove, but no big deal. 6-4-3 double play. And the Nationals are retired here in the first. On to the bottom of the first. First opportunity for the Phils when we get back. Against the Nationals. Let's take a look at Charlie Manuel's starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off in left field, Juan Pierre. Placido Polanco bats second, then Shane Victorino and Hunter Pence. Carlos Ruiz once again in the 5-hole. John Mayberry bats sixth at first base. Freddie Galvis at shortstop, he'll hit seventh. Mike Fontenot 8. And Kyle Kendrick, of course, is on the mound. And they'll face former Phillies prospect, 26-year-old left-hander Gio Gonzalez, who's off to a heck of a start. He's 5-1 with an earned run average of 2.22.
Guy has really good stuff. Good fastball, very good curveball. You know, not a bad changeup too. Look at the opposition, what they're hitting against him. Lowest in the league. And here's our scouting report on him. You see where his fastball velocity is with the curve and changeup. And good in his last 3 games. Once in a while, he can get a little bit wild, and you get him to throw a lot of pitches, maybe foul some balls off. But he's not the kind of guy you want to get behind in a game because he probably won't give up a whole lot.
We're waiting for Rick Ankiel. Somebody forgot to tell him that the game has started. Let's take a look at the keys to tonight's ball game, brought to you by Nissan.
Rick Ankiel doffs his cap to the crowd as he heads out there. And, well, could Gonzalez be the #1 left-hander in the league? You think about Kershaw, you think about Hamels, and this guy, he's really good. And Bryce Harper in Philadelphia for the first time, he already has a base hit.
So Gio Gonzalez just looked out to Ankiel and said, hey, you ready? Because we're ready.
Ankiel's a left-handed pitcher, so now playing the outfield, so you know he's nuts. There he goes. He's a little goofy.
Probably had to tend to some personal business. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Juan Pierre.
He's looking for his sunglasses, and they're not open.
Pierre up to 319, or I should say down to 319, with no homers and 7 runs batted in. He was 0 for 8 in the series against the Red Sox. Batting leadoff, which he's done quite often during his career. Did this just about every game last year. In fact, there was only one other game that he didn't bat leadoff for the White Sox. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and the first strikeout of the night for Gonzalez. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Now the Nationals come in here banged up. You know, the Phillies don't have Chase Utley or Ryan Howard or Vance Worley or David Herndon or Michael Stutz. But look at the list of guys on the DL for the Nationals. Mark DeRosa is starting to play some baseball again. Brad Lidge told me he's going to throw a bullpen within the next week and should be back within 3 weeks. Mike Morris is down in Florida. But the list is long for the Nationals. Meanwhile, for the Phillies, we mentioned, Lance Nix is finally able to walk around a little bit, but he's far from returning. Jim Thome's taking batting practice down in Florida, along with Ryan Howard. Chase Utley's here and been working out with the team. It seems like every team this year is dealing with more injuries than years past.
Unbelievable how many players and dollars are on the disabled list. Just watching the game last night, all they were talking about were the Dodgers. All the Dodgers that are hurt. There's Brad Lidge, one of the DLs for Washington. So what is it? I don't know the answer. Who knows the answer? Why there's so many of them? I mean, granted, you put guys on the DL a lot quicker than you used to. There's many reasons for that. Number one being the financial investment you have in guys.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Polanco. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gonzalez. So 2 quick outs for Davey Johnson's Nationals.
You watch the swings and misses against Gio Gonzalez. So that's when you can tell a pitcher that has stuff in the major leagues. Because major league hitters, you may get them out, but they don't swing and miss a whole lot, you know, at regular type or mediocre pitching. When there's somebody out there and you're swinging and missing at him a lot, something's going on. And, you know, that's what happens when Cole Hamels goes out to the mound. How about that guy yesterday? 15 strikeouts.
Yeah, Max Scherzer.
All swinging.
Yeah. Throws hard.
That just shows you how the umpire didn't get involved, too, because sometimes you see a big strikeout game and there's a bunch of called thirds, or maybe the guy's got a big plate, or all swinging.
2-0 the count to Victorino. Now, if you've ever been out to Detroit, Comerica Park, which is where that game was played, day games when it's bright, sunshiny afternoons, sometimes it's just really hard to see the ball. But 15 strikeouts is still a lot.
Yeah. And Max Scherzer is a guy that, you know, you might hear, well, somebody struck out 15, you go, get out of here. That guy could. Scherzer, yeah, he's got big time arm.
2 balls and 1 strike to Victorino. Shane, a .253 hitter with 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Fly ball center field. And Rick Ankiel is under it. And it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Gio Gonzalez. 14 pitch first inning for Gonzalez. We go to the second inning here in Philadelphia. Nationals nothing, Phillies nothing. At 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Phillies.com for more details. On to the second we go. Adam LaRoche will lead it off for the Nationals. 311, 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in.
Boy, does he love to hit in this park throughout his career. Big time with Atlanta, a little bit with Pittsburgh. He's been hurt a lot since he's been with Washington. You see his career numbers. A lot of those homers are here, I would think.
171 home runs for his career and 11 against the Phillies.
He just looks like there's not a whole lot going on with his swing. It's very relaxed. and then all of a sudden he has tremendous bat speed. Look how still he is. And then he just explodes into the ball.
3-0. Third batter of the game that Kyle has fallen behind 3-0.
Well, obviously he can't keep doing that. He's gotten away with it so far.
He had Desmond on deck. Kyle said that after his bullpen session the other day that his big thing is he wanted to stay aggressive. Carlos Ruiz said the same thing, that's why he thought he was successful against the Cubs, was that he was aggressive within the strike zone. There's a fly ball to left center. It's pretty deep. Looks like it's playable for Victorino, and it is right at the foot of the fence. One out here in the second.
Gives you an idea of that power we're talking about with LaRoche. He pulls his home runs for the most part. Usually don't see him hit a ball deep out in that part of the ballpark, but he is very quick with his hands and can really drive the ball.
Ian Desmond is the batter. He's the shortstop for the Nationals. The Phillies shortstop tonight is Freddie Galvis, who is a shortstop by trade, who's done a whale of a job at second. And Murph, we may see him roaming around the infield as the season moves on.
You know what? You're right about that, Tom. Ruben Amaro Jr. asked to speculate what might happen when Chase Utley finally does get back into this lineup as Desmond hits one to straightaway center field, and that one is out of here. A home run for Ian Desmond. But to talk about Freddie Galvis, he talked a little bit about him maybe playing third base, and he was asked whether or not Freddie Galvis has the arm to play third base, and he says he absolutely does. He's worked on it in spring training, taking ground balls. Now, he hasn't done it up here. Certainly hasn't played in a game yet, and he would need to do that most likely before being thrown into that situation. But it just goes to show you what they think of Freddie Galvis, Tom, is that, you know what, when Chase comes back, there's really no thoughts that maybe they would send him down at this point.
Well, I think part of it, too, Murph, is that he has responded to every challenge he's been given. 19 runs batted in, which is tops among National League rookies. And obviously his defense is flawless. Ian Desmond has given the Nationals a 1-0 lead with his 7th home run. And now Danny Espinosa will be the hitter. And Espinosa lines one down the right field line, foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Talked to Charlie Manuel about Galvis, and he's very, very impressed with him. I think there's a lot of things he likes, but I think the thing Charlie likes the most about him is he knows how to play the game.
Sure.
And there's so many guys that don't anymore, and he really enjoys watching him, how instinctive he is and how coachable he is.
And Wills, I think that's a good point. And one thing that Ruben Amaro Jr. also said was, and this is a quote, he said, "I don't know where we would be without him." He said it seems strange to say that about a rookie playing out of position, so to speak, but he doesn't know where they'd be without him. And I think that's true.
That's so true, Murph.
Well, here's his first opportunity of the night, and he throws out Danny Espinosa. And there are 2 outs for Rick Ankiel. Phillies took infield today, which they don't normally do that often during the regular season. But during spring training, Charlie Manuel said they would probably do it more. So they took it today. And there was Freddie at shortstop taking ground balls. And, you know, he takes ground balls at shortstop from time to time during regular batting practice. And he looks comfortable no matter where he's placed on that infield.
You have those hands and those instincts. The only thing he doesn't have is a rocket throwing arm. If he had that, you go, "Oh my!" But he's got an adequate arm.
Swing and a miss of a change-up. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ankiel.
You're talking about all these guys Kyle Kendrick was falling behind. It's hard to fall behind Desmond. You talk about a guy that hacks early, and he got something he liked in the middle of the plate, and boy, did he hit that thing. Strong young man right there.
With all the injuries the Nationals have had, they decided to move him from the leadoff spot down to the middle of the lineup. And although they're 6-7 since the Phillies last saw them, he has been able to do his job, just as Fontenot does there, and makes a nice throw across his body. 4-3 on the putout. Side is retired. Desmond has given the Nationals a 1-0 lead with his 7th home run. We go to the bottom of the second. Number 4 hitter will lead it off. to retire as a Philly will have his reflections on Philadelphia, a look back at his career highlights, and a trip into the clubhouse archives as Pat gives a tour of his Clearwater home from 2002. Don't miss Phillies Clubhouse, presented by Mercedes, tonight at 11 after Sports Night on Comcast Sportsnet. Hunter Pence, Carlos Ruiz, John Mayberry. Just started off here in the bottom of the second. Phil's down 1-0. The Nationals have sent their fans to the game tonight. Not many National fans have made the trip to Philadelphia.
Not quite the same as
Phillies fans going down to D.C.
Yeah, as the reverse trip.
Yeah.
There's some out there, but you just don't hear them. Sure, if they, even on Desmond's home run, you heard some, but it's not like when we're down there and a Philly hits a home run, how loud it is.
Hunter Pence was 5 for 10 in the series against the Red Sox.
Kind of a work in progress right now. You know, they need their team to get good and stay good. Then they'll get a big fan base to start following them. And their team has the potential to be good. It's May.
And there's ball 4. So he walked him on 4 pitches. Pence is the first base runner for the Phillies. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Paul Daly of Riverton, New Jersey. If the Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game, Paul will win $200. There's Carlos Ruiz, 355 with 7 home runs, 29 runs batted in. His home runs, his RBIs, his hits, tops among catchers. And he's third in the league in hitting at 355. And he takes outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Gonzalez, when you watch him, if he has any pattern, he pitches away with his fastball for the most part to right-handed hitters. His breaking balls are one to go down and in a little bit and really dives. But so far, I think I noticed that last time too. He didn't seem to pitch inside with his fastball that much.
He's now 26 years old. A former first-round selection by the White Sox.
Gives the hitter a little bit of a chance to dive on him. That was high, wasn't it?
It was high. Now the Toyota Major League scoreboard. Colorado's jumped out to a 4-0 lead over Miami. Michael Kadire has 2 runs batted in. That game being played down in Miami. Marlins are 3.5 games behind the Braves in the National League East.
That was Josh Johnson. No, it wasn't. He pitched yesterday.
He pitched yesterday and pitched pretty well yesterday. Yeah. No, that's Burley.
It's Burley, yeah. Yeah, Johnson, I think, what 6-7 innings yesterday and did a good job for them.
Carlos was 0 for 2 against Gonzalez the last time the Phillies faced the Nationals. That's way upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Charlie Manuel, when asked today about the approach to Gio Gonzalez, he said patience.
Yeah. You have to hope he gets a little bit wild and then gives you something to hit in the zone. This guy gets 2 strikes on a hitter. He's not fun to hit off because he has put away pitches. But like any pitcher, they become vulnerable when they're behind in the count.
Carlos fights off an inside fastball. It remains 3-2.
They don't run there. And that's probably, Carlos is not a guy that's been swinging through pitches, but it's probably a testimonial to Gonzalez, who makes hitters swing and miss so much that they don't want to strike out and potentially strike out into a double play as opposed to ground into one. See if he goes on this pitch.
Not a big lead for Pence. He doesn't go. And a swing and a miss. The bat goes flying into the stands.
Well, that's why he didn't run.
That's where you get concerned with Carlos's wrist. He said that it doesn't bother him at all unless he has a swing kind of like that. I hope everybody's okay over there.
Kind of surprised to see a guy throw a bat on a fastball too. Normally they throw it on something off speed because they get fooled, but it just flies out of his hands. You see the swing. He misses a fastball and incoming. Look out.
So Carlos is retired. 1 out here in the second. John Mayberry's the hitter.
Thinking there that maybe they would run, but that combination is a good thing they didn't.
Mayberry takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. John was 4 for 11 in the series against the Red Sox. Over the last couple of years, he's enjoyed a lot of success against the Nationals to the tune of a .319 average. Off the end of the bat, foul, and it's 0-2. So Pence goes back to first. Looking back at the archives, Gio Gonzalez back in 2006 was 7-12 with the Reading Phillies under manager P.J. Forbes. That team included Jay Happ, Zach Segovia, Michael Bourne, at least for part of the year. He was the #2 prospect in the Phillies organization behind Cole Hamels.
Always had great potential. You know, they dealt him in that deal that didn't work out real well.
He and Gavin Floyd went to the White Sox for Freddie Garcia. Phillies had acquired him from the White Sox in the Jim Thome deal.
And then he's been traded a couple times since then.
In the dirt, Pence reads it well as it scoots away from Flores. A wild pitch, and the Phillies have a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, as you said, Tom, he read it well, and then Flores slipped. It made it a no-brainer for him. Here it is. Changeup that he buries in the dirt, and then feet go out from under the catcher. Good walking lead, you know, a little bounce there by Hunter Pence. So as soon as the ball hit the ground, he could read it and go.
So the splits aren't great right now for Gio Gonzalez. Let's see if the Phillies can take advantage. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to John Mayberry.
Here's where he doesn't always throw fastball.
And a curveball, and he whacks it foul.
Yeah, he has great confidence. You know, the old axiom on that is if you throw a 2-2, you better be able to throw a 3-2. And, you know, most of the times pitchers are going to throw fastballs in that spot. But when you have this kind of breaking ball, throw it any time.
And he got him, a 93-mile-an-hour fastball that was tailing away. So 4 strikeouts for Gonzalez. And that'll bring Freddie Galvis to the plate.
There's an interesting factoid right here. All 30 teams scheduled to play for 10 consecutive days. It's the first time that's happened since that period back in 2002. Real good friend Julian McCracken used to be work for the Reading Phillies, and he is a stats whiz, and he sends me all kinds of stuff, and I thought, you know, Jeff Halleckman and John DeSangro might like that one.
So no off days for Major League Baseball.
No. All those days in a row. It's amazing.
Well, the Nationals will play, not in succession, but their next 15 against the East. The Phillies will play the next 20 against teams with better than 500 records. So not only will they have to play without a day off for the next 10 days, both teams have challenging schedules ahead. As Galvis takes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And it's that time of the year where the scheduling's so crazy. Phillies have already finished the season series with 2 teams. Then there's other teams they haven't even seen yet. Was it San Diego? They're finished with Houston, right?
No, we haven't gotten Houston.
Not Houston. Who else did they finish with? Wait a minute, I'll think of it.
The Red Sox?
No.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
It's the Cubs.
That's right. We have them in Chicago.
Yeah, the Cubs. So they're finished with those 2 teams, and you know, a team like Atlanta hasn't been here yet.
This is Washington's first trip
in. First trip in. So, you know, there used to be some. You'd have a feel for the schedule. Not anymore.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Galvis. Freddie's down on strikes, 95 out of the zone, 5 strikeouts for Gio Gonzalez through the first 2 innings. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. On to the 3rd. It's 1-0 Nationals. fan section for all the information, and please submit your answer to the subject line. Wheels, which Major League player has the most career at-bats against Kyle Kendrick without getting a hit?
Now, how would I know that?
Research.
Well, I can't research. I'm not allowed to.
Well, just pregame research. Get that Julian McCracken on the line.
Yeah, Julian would know that stuff. He's really good.
Answer will be revealed in the 7th inning.
Oh, he'd have to look it up, too.
Jesus Flores starts it off for the Nationals. They're up 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd. Off the end of the bat, a flare to center, and will drop in front of Victorino for a base hit. 3rd hit of the day for the Nationals. And Gio Gonzalez will be up there to try to sacrifice. Well, the rain is falling somewhat here in South Philadelphia. We're told there might be some showers still in the area.
It's a misty rain right now that has made the city of Philadelphia disappear.
Totally gone.
It's out of here.
See Gonzalez's numbers this year, 2 for 16.
And he's one of those guys that throws left, bats right, so they have to put that heavy padding on his arm when he hits. Carlos Ruiz, a little conversation there with Kendrick.
Carlos looked like he was being a little firm with what he was saying to Kyle.
Now, what you could do here, except he's giving himself up. Let's throw a strike. See that padding there on that pitching arm. The pitching coaches hate that.
And he bunts back toward the mound. The play is at first. Fontenot covers. Sacrifice is successful, 1-4. Well, 2 more games between the Phils and the Washington Nationals tomorrow and Wednesday. Tomorrow is a Hatfield Dollar Dog Night. Wheels don't have anything for lunch tomorrow.
Right, they'll be good.
Wednesday is a 7:05 start as well before the Phillies hit the road. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets right now for the next 2 between the Phils and the Nationals. Here's Steve Lombardozzi. Lombardozzi lined sharply to right his first time up. And the first pitch misses inside, 1-0. By the way, just to put a topping on the story about Jimmy and Jahari having their first child last night, the Phillies don't expect that Jimmy will be here today. Major League Baseball does have a paternity leave that players could utilize where they can have 1 to 3 days away from the team to be with their wife and their child, and then you could bring somebody up from the minor leagues to take that spot. Now, Charlie wasn't sure whether Jimmy would be here tonight, so the Phillies aren't able to do that for this ball game.
Right. So that's something to keep in mind later. In fact, if you get into a certain type of game, you are 1 short tonight.
Right. 2 balls and 1 strike to Lombardozzi. In the air to right field. Hunter Pence is going back toward the track, has room. Runner tags from second. And Pence's throw cut off by Fontenot. So 2 outs and a runner at third. And here comes Bryce Harper. Harper singled his first time up. Ground ball up the middle. A swing and a miss at the first changeup, but it's 0-1.
You've seen Harper that aggressive that early in the count a little bit that he's played against the Phillies. Normally he's up there taking a lot of pitches. That time he decided to go for a first ball fastball and got a changeup. So the Phillies guessed right that time.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the Mets have jumped out to a 4-0 lead over the Pirates. That game's in the top of the 2nd. Justin Turner has a couple RBIs. Johan Santana is pitching for the Mets. Eric Bedard on the hill for the Pirates. Game out in Pittsburgh. Swing and a miss. He's thrown a couple of good changeups during this at bat. Trying to finish off the top of the third.
Like most left-handed hitter, comes another one. Looks like he likes the ball down.
Gets away from Ruiz. Here comes Flores. They may have a play. Throws a little high. What a play by Kyle Kendrick to grab it and get it down and apply the tag. And the side is retired. Good reaction by Ruiz. The throw was a little high. Kyle athletic enough to pull it down and get Flores for the final out. Well, this is a good job all the way around, but what a play by Kendrick. That was not an easy throw to handle. He's able to make the tag and get himself out of this jam. Acura Advance by AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Honda. The really big sales event. Real deals, big inventory. Now at your Honda dealer. Last of the third. This is the way the top of the third ended. Kendrick makes a wonderful play to get to the ball. And then Flores, his lead foot never touched the bag. So that allowed Kendrick to apply the tag to the back leg. So good job by Kyle to get down there, but really to make that catch on that throw. Mike Fontenot will start it off. Gio Gonzalez has not given up a hit so far. He has struck out 5. It's no balls and 1 strike to Fontenot, who was hitting .300 down in Lehigh Valley when the Phillies called him up. This is his first start. And those are 2 very tough pitches for a hitter to offer at. 37 strikeouts in the first 26 innings. 26 innings in the first 3 innings per game for Gio Gonzalez. Now he has 6 strikeouts already.
That's no surprise. He's way over strikeouts per innings pitch, and he's just picking that up tonight.
It didn't help on those first 2 pitches, though, that Adrian Johnson called a strike. Neither one looked like they were strikes.
And that one probably was.
There's Kendrick, who takes strike 1. It's 0-1.
Keep it close. Cancel like Gonzalez, the Nationals defense does, because he really works fast. One of the reasons he pitches away so much with his fastball probably is where he is on the rubber. He's all the way on the third base side of the rubber, and a lot of times guys that are over there like that, you know, that's where they're aiming.
Kendrick checks his swing. No swing, says the first base umpire, Gary Cederstrom. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Phillies in their last 2 ball games against the Red Sox left 18 men on base.
Oh,
there's a breaking ball and the 7th strikeout for Gonzalez.
it's not fair to throw that to a pitcher.
So 2 outs, top of the order. Live from Atlantic City on Memorial Day at Arkansas Avenue and the beach. It's Comcast Sportsnet's Phillies at the Beach viewing party. It's a free event. You can enjoy watching the game at the beach on the big screen. It's brought to you by Comcast Sportsnet. Festivities begin at noon. Game time is 1 against the Mets. There's an appearance scheduled by the Fanatic, Phillies Ball Girls, and Comcast Sportsnet's Amy Fadul. Go to phillies.com/beach for more information. The event is weather permitting, as Juan Pierre takes ball 1. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pierre struck out.
Nice thing to do down ashore that day. Watch the Phillies on that big screen. Good idea to step out once in a while. This kid really works fast and he's in a good groove.
Little looper toward left, and that is a foul ball. Bardozzi was playing it as if it was fair. So he's about to throw his 50th pitch of the night. He has 7 strikeouts. The only other out that's been recorded is a fly ball to center.
He's sharp right now.
Effectively wild is what he
is.
is.
50 pitches coming up.
Yeah. Chopper back over the mound. Desmond tries to barehand. There's the first hit of the night for the Phillies. So Pierre's aboard. An infield single.
And Desmond makes a decision there as he's charging that ball that he can't glove transfer and throw him out. So he's going to try and barehand it and doesn't make the play.
6th infield hit of the year for Juan Pierre.
Right here he's already made the decision. Well, I have to do it this way. And that ball is really spinning. And Pierre can still get down the line. That's what made him make the decision. He had a barehand.
I think Juan would have beaten it anyway. Desmond, though, had to deal with the speed of Pierre and also probably the wetness of the ball as it was skipping across the grass.
Base Steelers 3 out of 4 against Gonzalez this year.
Line drive toward left field. That'll be a base hit for Polanco. So back-to-back hits now for the Phils. They have first and second with 2 men down.
That's what we're talking about with these right-handed hitters. To look for the fastball away and out over the plate a little bit, because that's where he throws it. Maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll start coming inside and trying to take the inside part of the plate with his fastball. To this point, he hasn't.
Now Victorino has an opportunity. It's the second time tonight the Phillies have had a runner in scoring position. We mentioned that they left 18 the last 2 games against the Red Sox. They were 3 for 21 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, especially Saturday. That was the game they had so many chances.
Outside 1-0. Shane is certainly due. He's 1 for his last 12 with runners in scoring position. Still at 317 though for the year. Same spot, and it's 2-0.
Another changeup. Starting with a yeah, that was change up too. So he's trying to go off speed to Shane, and he didn't chase. Now he can lock into something hard maybe. If he doesn't get it, take it. Maybe you go 3-0. Good job. High fastball.
Hunter Pence is on deck. Last night in the Dodger Cardinal game, you saw the green light of all green lights for the rookie Van Slyke, who hit a home run that won the game for the Dodgers. I think Shane's taken here, though.
Yeah.
And he does, and it's 3-1.
That was a 3-0 breaking ball that he hit out last night. That was pretty exciting, you know, knowing Andy Van Slyke the way we all do, and thinking how excited he had to be last night.
And he was there, too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better.
Inside, ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Good job by Shane. Second walk issued by Gonzalez. And here comes Hunter Pence. 56 pitches so far in the first 3 innings for Gonzalez.
And that's the good news for the Phillies. They're only trailing 1-0, and they've got this guy up to 56 pitches here in the third inning. That's what we talked about early in the game, that if you're going to beat him, this is the way you have to, one of the ways you can beat him, because he will throw a lot of pitches. He's a strikeout guy.
Bases loaded for Hunter Pence. Outside, ball 1.
2 outs, nobody on base. And a little dribbler up the middle, and now a big rally here for the Phillies.
Change up, hit foul. Actually, that was a curveball. And now it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Hunter Pence. Look out, Sammy.
Ooh. That thing was chasing.
Sure was.
Man's trying to act cool right now, like that didn't bother him. Cart's about ready to come right out of his shirt. Watch it, watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the twinkle toes of Sam Perlazzo.
Whoa! He did a great job staying on his feet, didn't he? Kept the helmet on, too.
1-2 the count to Pence. Checks a swing on a high fastball. And it's 2-2. Pierre's over at third. Polanco's at second. Victorino's around at first. The Phil's down 1-0, but they're certainly threatening here in the bottom of the third. So they're going to come inside to Pence. Hit back toward the middle. Desmond's got it and flips the second base. And the side is retired. Pence hit it hard, but the Phillies leave him loaded here in the third. They do threaten against Gio Gonzalez, but as we go to the fourth, it's the Nationals 1 and the Phillies 0. like Boise fireworks paper in 29 vibrant colors. From who? But W.B. Mason. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Nationals. Phillies just had a threat going against Gio Gonzalez. They handled some of those at-bats pretty well. And Hunter Pence grounded out sharply to finish up the third. So now he'll go back to work in right field, and Kyle Kendrick will go back to work against Bryce Harper, who was up when Kendrick made a well of a play at home. So now Jesus Flores trying to score on a potential wild pitch to finish up the top of the third. Harper takes upstairs. It's 1-0. Harper singled his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. And there's a strike. 2-1 the count.
Start to get a little smarter. No, the kid is too, though. I mean, keep in mind, only 19 years old, so he is going to learn.
He shot that one right through the hole on the left side, so he's 2 for 2. Aboard to begin the fourth. So that's the fourth hit allowed by Kendrick, and now Ryan Zimmerman will be the hitter. Well, Kyle Kendrick so far, Sarge, has allowed 4 hits, got himself into a little bit of trouble, then has gotten out of trouble, but he's fallen behind probably too many hitters to start.
There's no doubt. Needs to start to get that little change up over the plate a little bit more, but more importantly, the fastball in and out, but making sure you're not out over the plate, because these guys are going to hit him and hit him hard unless he can get that off-speed pitch over to get them off balance.
All right, let me ask you too about this the rivalry between the Phillies and the Nationals. I mean, a lot of people are making a big deal out of it. Obviously, the Nationals took 2 of 3 the last time these two teams faced each other. Do you believe that a rivalry is born without both teams winning a divisional crown, or can it be born? Does it have to be born, let's say, after the Nationals win something?
I would think after they end up winning something, but again, with them being in the division,
right,
and because of certain players that we have that might be over there too, with Washington, like Jason, like Lidge, it'll start to heat up a little bit more because they have a pride there too that they feel that they can win, since they were a big part of it here in Philadelphia.
Well, I ask you that because there is a rivalry with the Braves. Both teams have won a division. There is a rivalry with the Mets. Both teams have won a division. There's also the territorial rivalry with the Mets. The proximity is so close. And I guess you could say the same thing with Washington, because it's so close between the two cities.
Yeah, they're really making it a rivalry just because of some of the things that have already happened. So it really can happen that way. But these two teams, they'll be fighting against each other, mainly because Washington feels that they finally are able to compete the way that the Phillies have.
2-0 the count to Ryan Zimmerman. And he went around, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think the way that they've won some of the games, I mean, there have been some dramatic victories for Washington, in particular in their ballpark, with some walk-offs.
I guess I'm being a little stubborn, though, by saying that this is a full-blown rivalry.
Is that what you want that to be here? I mean,
no, I think there is rivalry within the division, but one team's won 5 straight division crowns. The other one hasn't really won anything yet.
No, they feel they're just as good this year. I mean, look at last year. They won. What did they win? 10 games.
10 and 8. Swing and a miss. Ruiz's throw to second is not in time. Harper did get his hand in there. Second stolen base of the year. Good throw by Carlos, but it was a good jump too by Harper.
Take a look at it, and you'll see what kind of arm there Carlos has as he throws that ball, right on the money. There it is again there. I think for me, if he can take that throw a little bit further back, might have had a better chance. But again, with the speed there of Harper, did he come off that bag?
I think his foot hit the bag as his hand was coming off. And he gets the strikeout of Zimmerman, so one away here in the fourth. First strikeout for Kendrick. And that'll bring LaRoche to the plate. All right, Sarge, let's see if we get an angle. There's the hands.
Yeah, that's why you keep the tag right there on him. Now take a look. Now look at that hand there. Look at that.
He is off.
I was thinking.
Good call, Sarge.
Yeah, well, you can see that slider, that little dot sometimes when you were hitting long time ago.
Yeah.
So therefore, you can see guys when they come off that bat. That's where I'm going. Oh boy. Oh,
it's all those carrots that you eat.
I used to remember with Hank Sauer teaching us that, hey, did you see the little dot on the slider? And if your answer was no, that means that you really weren't picking it up. Because you will see just a dot as it's spinning, and that's how you're able to determine that slider from the fastball.
Oh, it's a shame that the umpire didn't see it, though. Lance Barksdale.
Well, you have that dirt flying up, and again, we have the advantage point, being able to look at it on replay and also slowing it down.
3-0 the count to LaRoche. There's Lance Barksdale. He's the second base umpire tonight. Gary Cedarstrom, who's over at first, is the crew chief.
Don't want to give in. Just throw that ball right down the middle for me.
Well, he just walked him on 4 pitches. So first and second with 1 out. Well, Sarge's rival as a player, the Los Angeles Dodgers, will be here on Monday, June 4th, to begin a 4-game series. 3 night games and a day game. Thursday the 7th is a 105 Citizens Bank Business Person Special. Tickets are still available for all 4 of those games, which includes the Cliff Lee bobblehead, brought to you by Toyota in Game 1. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Ian Desmond homered his first time up. 1-0 Washington. And he hits that one towards shortstop right past Galvis. A base hit. Harper's being waved home. The throw by Pierre is cut off by Polanco. And it's 2-0 Washington. 2 RBIs for Ian Desmond.
Kind of gives you an indication how hard, though, the Desmond are able to hit these balls. Straight away center field, so it tells you right there that he's seeing the ball pretty good and pulling that ball right in the hole. Once it gets to left field, most third base coaches are going to bring them all the time because of the arm there with Juan Pierre in left field.
Well, Desmond is now 18 for 50. 18 for his last 50. With 8 runs batted in. Espinosa's the hitter. He grounded out his last time up. No swing on that check, and it's 1-0. Toyota Major League Scoreboard, an update from Cincinnati, where the Braves and the Reds are tied at 1. Atlanta has been scorching hot on the road.
Oh boy.
They're 10-7 at home, and they're 16-9 on the road. Phillies have bullpen action going. Raul Valdez is starting to warm. Kyle's at 56 pitches now. His 6th 3-ball count.
They can't keep falling behind. Not only does the pitch count get up there, you become predictable with pitches that you're going to throw.
And it's kind of gone against what he was trying to work on, was just being more aggressive within the strike zone.
Just such a disadvantage when you're at these counts. Again, this is when the hitters are able to sit on a particular pitch. And as the pitcher, you got to make a quality pitch. Needs that ball on the ground. Needs that double play.
Inside, I guess, ball 4. That didn't look like a bad pitch at all, but Adrian Johnson thought it was tight. So the bases are loaded. Here comes Rich Doobie.
Yeah, no, didn't know if that pitch actually came back. That's that two-seamer a lot of times that he'll start on the inside and move back. See the total pitches there. Not good strikes and balls either. Too many balls.
30-27 the split. Adrian Johnson going out to break up the conversation. And Rick Ankiel is due up. From the Phillies National Series to the Sixers' renewed rivalry with the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals, Michael Barkant and Phillies top sports writers have plenty to talk about. Watch the best talk of Phillies sports on Daily News Live tomorrow at 5 only on Comcast Sportsnet. Well, the Phillies had bases loaded in their half of the inning, last one, and didn't score. The Nationals have already scored a run. Now they have the bases loaded and 1 out. And then Kyle Kendrick, who has relied on that ground ball so often in his career, needs one from Rick Ankiel. 0-2 the count.
Well, pretty good change up. That first pitch. Another cutter. You just got to really believe in yourself that you can pitch here, that you can make your pitches and make it where you're not as nervous. Same way hitting wise.
Even though that was a foul ball, it didn't produce an out. It was a good pitch that Kyle just threw.
Oh, that's what he's now. Those pitches there have been either inside or off the corner. He started him off with a changeup and had really good movement on it as it moved away there from Ankiel.
Swing and a miss and a changeup. 2 outs here in the 4th.
I mean, there's your difference when you're able to stay ahead of hitters. You can see how aggressive the hitters get. There's that changeup. Take a look there at that grip. Look at the movement, however, on that pitch.
That's a good pitch.
Sure it is. Hitters looking at it as if it's a fastball. And the ball is so soft, the hitter out in front as he swings through the ball.
So now Flores, who singled his first time up. It was a little flare to center. With 2 outs and the bases loaded. And Kendrick throws a slider outside. It's 1-0. Over toward third. Polanco backs up on it. He'll look across the diamond, has plenty of time, and Kendrick works out of this bases loaded jab. He does allow a run on the base hit from Desmond, but does a heck of a job with the bases loaded to get the next 2 hitters onto the bottom of the 4th, and Carlos Ruiz will lead it off. Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. Buy Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And buy Nissan's National 10 event. For a limited time, get bonus cash on Altima and Rogue. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today. Last of the fourth inning. A night at the ballpark for the guys.
Yep.
Phillies down 2-0. Carlos Ruiz will lead things off. Kyle Kendrick throwing a towel around his arm. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, T-Mac, get you caught up on the Gwynedd Mercy College Major League Notebook. Tigers right-hander Max Scherzer, well, he had himself a day on Sunday. How about 15 strikeouts against the Pirates, the most strikeouts for a Tigers pitcher in 40 years. And a bounce-back year for Adam Dunn after a 2011 season where he batted just .159. Already 14 home runs this season. He had only 11 all of last year. And just to sum up the interleague play from our first weekend in Major League Baseball, 24-18 goes the American League. 24-18, guys.
Yeah, 24 wins. They were 18-10 going into yesterday. So the National League had the upper hand on Sunday, Murph, 8-6. But yeah, again, it's been the storyline since interleague play began that the American League has the advantage over the National League. That may change, though, in a couple weeks. How about that home run that Adam Dunn hit yesterday, right in the middle of Waveland and Sheffield?
Unbelievable. I'm happy he's having a good year there, coming back, bouncing back. No, but it does take a little bit of time, especially those guys coming from the National League and going to the American League. And when you're DHing, that's altogether a different animal in itself. A lot of times guys like to play out there in the field and keep that adrenaline going. You're hitting that DH, all you do is go and hit, then you sit back down.
Carlos Ruiz hit by a pitch. So he's aboard. Well, this is not the, despite the 7 strikeouts, this is not the sharpest Gio Gonzalez that the Nationals have seen. And the Phillies, well, they had the bases loaded in the last inning. Let's see if they can get something going here in the bottom of the fourth with the leadoff batter aboard.
Well, just a home run away from getting right back to being able to tie this game. But you're looking for base hits here just to square the ball up.
Strike one to Mayberry. He struck out his first time up.
Fastball that was out of the zone. I thought that he swung at. You know, if you're going to be able to take those pitches, those strikes like that, then you have to be able to have the eye to take those balls. I mean, it's almost as if that when he takes that, he's always has a strike on him, like he's giving up a strike, where you're only able to have the 2 strikes. And after you've done that the first time, you don't have to go up the second time and take that same fastball. And that's what a lot of the pitchers are doing with Mayberry.
That's the pitch he kind of struck out. And it's not exactly the same, but it was outside. That one was a little higher, but it was in the same area.
Still moving, though, and it's still clearly there was a ball. And you're right. When you have those 2 strikes on you, you're going to be a little more anxious.
One ball, 2 strikes the count. A little cue shot foul. Gonzalez, with his 7 strikeouts, leads the National League. He was right behind his teammate Steven Strasburg coming into this ballgame. Strasburg left yesterday's game with some bicep tightness, although after the game he said it wasn't bicep tightness, it was overall body tightness. Said he worked out too hard after his previous outing, and it took its toll in yesterday's game. And Davey Johnson, who was the one that said it was bicep tightness, said he wasn't going to take a chance with Strasburg or any other pitcher who told him that his arm was tight.
Just protecting him. And obviously they have him as the future. Have been bringing him along, though, awful slowly, making sure.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8. That was a curveball from Gonzalez. Here comes Freddie Galvis.
Yeah, good to have two pitchers on your team as they go 1 and 2 in strikeouts so far this year. He's getting a lot of strikeouts, and he's mainly he gets ahead of you. He has a variety of pitches. That curveball he throws is probably as good as any curveball left-handed wise, for sure, because it has that sharp break on it.
Wheels had mentioned earlier that, and you may have heard this, Sarge, that Gonzalez doesn't pitch inside. So can you take away the inside part of the plate against him and just rely on, the outside part?
Well, I've been looking at him pitch, and there's been a few for me, though, that have been inside. He came inside on Mayberry. Obviously, I think what Wills is talking about, his bread and butter is middle away or maybe on that outside. He comes in just to keep you kind of honest, and then he'll go back outside.
Chopper to third, scooped up by Zimmerman. They get one at second, and they get the double play. That was a circus-driven double play. 5-4-3. It was a heck of a play all the way around. Around the horn, no runs, no hits, nobody left for the Phillies. We're through 4. It's the Nationals 2, and the Phillies nothing. Fifth, where the Phillies take on the Pirates. It's the first of 2 fireworks shows. The Xfinity Fireworks Show on the 25th and 26th. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets for the 4 games against Pittsburgh. We go to the 5th. Gio Gonzalez will lead it off 9-1-2 against Kyle Kendrick. Two 2-0 the count to Gonzalez. Kyle is pitching for Vance Worley, and we found out yesterday from Vance that he had a bone chip in his right elbow, and now is going to see Dr. James Andrews for a second opinion on why there's inflammation in that elbow. So we should find out more about tomorrow or so. And you hope for the best that there's nothing else wrong inside that elbow. Vance Worley. Vance had said yesterday that he thought he would be able to start throwing next week.
Yeah, but again, if you do have chips and so on that are in there, it's going to continue to swell up. So, I mean, it might be better, and I'm sure they'll know that down there, if he should get an operation or not.
Swing and a miss, and there's one away. So Lombardozzi will be the hitter. Murph, what are you hearing about Vance Worley?
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Ruben Amaro, guys, about an hour ago, and he talked about that Vance Worley did go down and see Dr. Andrews today, late this afternoon. They haven't gotten a report back yet, but they know that he has a small body kind of embedded in the lining of his joint in his elbow. And they said it's not very uncommon that a lot of pitchers get this, a lot of players get this, and it is something that maybe he can battle through. But Vance wanted to get a second opinion, so he went down there today, and they're awaiting a report on that.
Yeah, and it's not an oddity that a pitcher gets a second opinion, particularly when it comes to the elbow, because there have been so many players who have sustained injuries that need Tommy John surgery. And, you know, I guess, you know, there's not much to say until we find out tomorrow once Vance comes back.
That just makes you feel a little bit better, though, with, you know, the second opinion. That's what Murph is actually talking about. And nothing against the doctors that are here, but to weigh it both ways. Dr. Andrews, let's face it, I mean, he's as good as it gets in terms of looking at arms and so on. So I'm sure he welcomed that, and good for Vance.
Bryce Harper's now the batter. And Harper is jammed. Fly ball, shallow center. Here comes Victorino, and he makes the catch. Battle in the wind coming through. And it's a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Kyle Kendrick. That's a 7-pitch fifth inning for Kyle, his best of the night. We go to the bottom of the fifth with the Phils down by 2. League Players of the Week. Carlos Alonso from Clearwater is our Player of the Week with 6 games, 545 average. And Colin Cleveland had a pretty good week as well on the mound. And congratulations to those guys, our Kia Minor League Players of the Week. Mike Fontenot will lead it off. Fontenot has the count 1 strike. Take a look at those guys' numbers again. See Clevin's 2 games in Lakewood. It was 2-0 with a 0.75 earned run average.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Let's get the job done.
Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fontenot struck out his first time up. 8 strikeouts for Gio Gonzalez tonight. Sarge, what do you like about Fontenot? What have you grown to like over the years? I know you dealt with him for a little bit.
Well, I've had him in Chicago when we were there. You can remember back, he was traded back for Sammy Sosa. He was actually in that particular deal. And coming over, he's one of those hitters that doesn't swing in a lot of bad pitches, not going to hit a lot of home runs. He's one of those kind of a pesky hitter, line drive here, there, sprays the ball around, and can play multiple positions. That's what makes him so valuable, being able to play second and third.
Cracks that one over to second base. Espinosa throws him out, one away. So 4-3 on the putout. And here comes Kyle Kendrick.
Well, they do know when Kyle's pitching that you're going to usually have to score, a few runs. Been doing pretty good so far. Well, this is when I want my pitcher going up and taking a strike, especially 83 pitches so far for Gio. Let's just try and get that pitch count up. Guess he didn't hear me.
His eyes got wide on that fastball, Sarge.
Yeah, but again, though, you see him now, so let that pitcher kind of work him a little bit. If that first pitch is a ball, which it wasn't, then you're able to get that pitch count up a little bit more.
You got to scrap that theory in a second.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe he's going to want to try and take him deep.
No balls, 2 strikes the count. There you go. He took that pitch.
Awesome. He's showing a pretty good eye up there at the plate, and yeah, with him throwing this, he's already fouled off a pitch, so he's almost done that job already in getting the pitch count up.
Swing and a miss. 9 strikeouts for Gonzalez. 2 outs here in the 5th. And that'll bring Juan Pierre to the plate. That's the way the 3rd inning started. And then the Phils loaded up the bases, but were unable to score. Pierre reached on an infield single, one of 2 hits the Phillies have tonight against Gio Gonzalez.
Pierre finds a way to get on base some kind of way during that course of the ball game.
In the air to left center field, Lombardozzi and Ankiel are over, and it's Ankiel who makes the catch for the final out. So the Phillies are retired in order here in the 5th inning. 93 pitches so far tonight for Gio Gonzalez. We're through 5 here in Philadelphia. Of the week has reached another milestone. Over the span of 15 seasons, Placido Polanco has been a picture of consistency in the field, snagging 3 Gold Glove awards in 2 different positions. His defense has been second to his dependability at the plate. The above 300 career average hitter has now added a monumental 2,000th hit. And of course, he did it with a little style. This well-deserved curtain call is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way. Ryan Zimmerman starts off the 6th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Placido Polanco had the last few days off, back in there at 3rd. It's good to see him back.
Yep.
Freddie Galvis over there at shortstop. That's the left side tonight. Jimmy Rollins away from the team after his wife Jahari gave birth to the couple's first child last night. Again, congratulations to Jimmy and Jahari. Little girl. We always said that Jimmy would be a great dad, and those two together are going to be great parents.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you meet Jahari's parents and also J-Ro, you could actually see why.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Zimmerman. Breaking ball inside, 2-1. Kyle, 2 runs on 5 hits so far tonight through the first 5 innings.
That's the way he has to do it. Move that ball in and out. Making sure they're in good spots. Inside here. If you want to be messing around with the inside changeups, with this guy.
He got him with a slider last time.
I was going to say something maybe a way where it would be really less damage if he's going to make contact. Let's see what he's going to throw here.
Breaking ball hit towards shortstop. Freddie Galvis gobbles it up. 1 out. 6 in a row retired by Kendrick. Kyle has pitched this year
First
against the
baseman
Nationals as a
Adam
starter.
LaRoche.
Back in the 4th, he allowed just 1 run in 5 innings. Phillies wound up losing that ball game 4-3. They led most of the way. Here's LaRoche, who's 0 for 1.
They're giving up 2 runs, and he's still pitching pretty good. And keeping them at bay.
There's a foul ball. No balls and 1 strike.
That LaRoche here, he's a good fit on this ball club. As they get back all their parts, I'm sure they think they're going to be able to maybe make a run. And certainly the Phillies are feeling that. And every time you look at some of the taller guys, you see no one bending over right now the way that, even though that's a strike, Mayberry is. When you're taller, do you want to use those legs? You need you got to stand up there a little bit taller to be able to drive the ball there. Not picking on him at all. I just know that, there's a lot more out of him than what we're seeing.
Well, there you go. There's a lot out of him right there. What a play by Mayberry. 3-1 on the putout. He used every bit of his length to make that play. 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Great play as he anticipates that ball, and that's what you have to do, and he would. With LaRoche hitting from that side, too, as he gets down there, and you can see right in the webbing there, and that's what he does. Give him a good toss. There's another one as you see him right from the side. Very important to lead him right to the bag, exactly what he did. There it is again. And I tell you, that play is as good as it gets as he leaves his feet.
And Desmond has the 2 RBIs tonight for the Nationals. Popped him up on the infield. Placido Polanco coming in. He's calling everybody off, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Kendrick. Kyle's done a heck of a job. He's retired the last 8 batters that he's faced. Got a little help from his friends in this inning. On to the bottom of the 6th. Placido Polanco to start it off. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyDealer.com. Buy McDonald's. Get a large sweet tea for $1. And buy Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. Call 1-800-JEF now for an appointment. As the rain falls here at Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies down by just 2 will go to work here in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Placido Polanco, Shane Victorino, and Hunter Pence. Gio Gonzalez has struck out 9 tonight, but he has not been as sharp as the Phillies saw him down in Washington. But they only have 2 hits against him. They had a bases loaded opportunity in the 3rd and didn't score. They had a runner on second in the 2nd, didn't score. They've run a lot of deep counts, but with nothing to show for it.
Yeah, he's been able to come up with some pretty good pitches, and that breaking ball that he throws, I mean, he throws that so hard. Once you start that swing, he's got some check swings on that particular pitch.
3-0 the count.
On a bloop in the blast from getting right back in it.
Three and 2 the count.
See, and that's right. You're exactly right. He's been able. He gets behind and he's able to come up and make pretty good pitches. Looking for a base runner right now. One thing though, he's got a good fastball. He's got a good arm, good lively arm. 94, he threw that pitch.
When the Nationals acquired him from the A's, they signed him to a 5-year, $42 million extension. And there's ball 4. I honestly think Polanco, after he took the pitch, thought, like he hesitated a little bit when he left the box.
Yeah.
But it is a ball.
Yep.
And a walk for Pauly.
Well, you just don't want to actually call that pitch yourself by going to first base. A lot of times, umpires will call a strike on you. That one clearly high.
Here's Victorino. He flied to center his first time up. Walked back in the 3rd.
This is when now you got to be able to come up with that big hit. Kind of keep that train rolling. Like most pitchers do, you get runners on a lot of times, not all the time, a lot of times they'll start to nibble a little bit. Meaning not be as aggressive and find themselves in trouble.
That ball's hit hard inside the 3rd base bag. Down the left field line. It shoots off the half wall. Polanco's on his way to 3rd. Victorino to second. Second and 3rd. Nobody outs. Just the 3rd hit for the Phillies, but it's their first extra base hit.
Yeah, I don't know if they caught a break on that or not. Hoping that ball maybe was going to get down the line there, right on top of the ball as he has topspin on it, kicks off the railing. By then, runners are right there on second and 3rd. That's a good double there by Victorino. Safe at second. Safe and secure with New York line.
So nobody out. Runners on second and 3rd for Hunter Pence. Best opportunity since the 3rd for the Phils. A line drive towards center. Here comes Ankiel. He dives and makes the catch. Polanco was a quarter of the way down the line, so he can't tag up.
That's bad base running. That's bad base running. Victorino may not have been able to get the 3rd. Certainly, though, Polanco could be able to get home. Talked about that before. Line drive for the youngsters out there. You want to freeze. Get back to the bag there. Now take a look at Polanco there down at the bottom. Now he's going back and forth. He should be going back automatically because once he catches it, he can score after he dives. Just not good base running right there for Polanco.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, too, just because he's such a seasoned guy. Because if Ankiel had dove for that ball and dropped it, or if he played it on a hop, he still would have been able to score for
That's
third.
exactly why you go back.
Well, here's Ruiz, and he lines one hopper by LaRoche. He throws off balance to the plate. Polanco is out trying to score.
Oh, boy.
2 outs, first and second. And this inning is not gone anywhere the way the Phillies had hoped.
I will say one thing. Those balls have been smoked. Ruiz, you're looking at, hit that ball awful hard. Give Adam LaRoche. Boy, I tell you what, a lot of credit. Take a look at this. As this ball is hit, he picks it, running the first, and then what does he do? Flips it home and gets him right. Got Polanco not able to get to home plate. There he is again as he's coming in. That's just a terrific throw by LaRoche. And I tell you what, I mean, you got to have just a lot of ability to do that, but more so ice in your veins to be able to throw that ball right on the money.
I have to admit, I was surprised that he came home.
Well, again, too, you're looking for outs, but well, what an athletic play, and he knows not a fast runner in Polanco, and coming down, perhaps trying to maybe make up for not scoring on that line drive to center field there by Hunter Pence.
Well, now it's up to Mayberry. Instead of nobody out and runners on second and third, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Mayberry's 0 for 2.
LaRoche, he takes a chance on that.
Oh.
He throws that ball away. I mean, you got the runners running all over the place, and back at second and third, and a run in with Polanco sliding there on his belly. Wasn't a B, however. Need Mayberry to come up with a 2-out clutch hit.
Down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike.
I gotta tell you though, if you're going to be able to hit a pitcher, I mean, this has got to be the game. And I say that because he falls behind. He's been falling behind just about the whole night, even though he does have quite a few strikeouts.
Popped him up. Shallow right field. Bryce Harper's coming in. He's under it. Makes the catch, and the Phillies let a big opportunity fall by the wayside here in the 6th inning. Nobody out, runners on second and third. They do not score. We go to the 7th. It's still 2-0 in favor of the Nats.
Well, some really good defensive plays in this game, and Ian Desmond's been the offense so far for the Washington Nationals. Phillies just a run in their last 16 innings, and it's not because they haven't had a ton of scoring chances.
Yeah, they had a huge scoring chance in the bottom of the 6th inning, obviously, and just did not score. I mean, they had second and third with nobody out, and they had one big base running mistake, which then led to a play at the plate on a phenomenal play by Adam LaRoche to even make that throw.
I was kind of surprised he even came home with it with a 2-run game, because a lot of bad stuff can happen on a play like that when you have the lead. But, you know, when you're as good as Adam LaRoche, I guess you're confident you can make a play like that.
So Danny Espinosa will lead off the 7th. 1 ball and no strikes, the count to Espinosa, and he fouls it off. So 1-1. Kyle Kendrick has retired 8 consecutive hitters. Espinosa has grounded out. He's also walked tonight. And he hits that one down the right field line. It'll hook foul on the play.
See what happens with that Kyle in this inning, but he's done his job again.
Sure has.
6 innings, 2 earned runs. And, you know, it's just what he did last time. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned. It gives you a chance to win a lot of games, but you know, Gonzalez has been just good enough. He's been all over the place, but they haven't been able to crack through against him.
Yeah, we mentioned before, he certainly is not as sharp as he was the last time they faced him.
No. And with the stats that he has, this has to be one of the games where he's been, you know, off a little bit. But to his credit, you know, he's gotten out of it, and he gets a lot of strikeouts too. Hit some balls hard that last inning, though. But just bad base running, just not good baseball. And when you're playing these kind of games against a good team in tough, low-scoring games, you can't play bad baseball. You lose.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Danny Espinosa. And he fouls it away. No bullpen action for the Nationals. With nobody out here in the 7th, the pitcher spot is due up 4th.
Surprising, too. They had Stammen up when he was in a jam in the 6th inning, and now he sat down. Oh. What is he, over 100, isn't he?
Yeah, he's over 100. They may have Stammen get back up again if there's 1 or 2 outs. Gio Gonzalez is at 108 pitches. Kendrick at 87 pitches. Chopper back toward the middle. Galvis around the bag, gets there, and hops toward the first base bag for the first out. Nice play.
He has to love having plays where he's coming towards the bag and instead of everything away.
These lucky fans are tonight's Citizens 7. They will each see a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com.
And couple of pretty good left-handed pinch hitters off the bench too, and Tracy and Bernardina. Valdez up.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
A good cutter there, or they're calling it a slider, and she got him swinging a changeup last time.
And he topped the changeup this time. He remains 0-2.
Kyle's gotten swings and misses here tonight too. He's done a good job.
He's due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the 7th inning. You try to get him to go fishing after another changeup, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jesus Flores waits on deck.
And they have bullpen activity now.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball. Second time he has gotten Ankiel tonight. 4th strikeout overall for Kendrick. And with 2 away, here comes Flores.
Yeah, this looks like a two-seam sinking fastball. Yep, well, that was a great shot of the grip right there. And there it is. It was up a little bit and out over the plate, but he got him to chase.
Roger Bernardina's come out of the on-deck circle to bat against Kendrick. See the distribution of outs. He has gotten some ground balls tonight, along with the 4 strikeouts we just talked about.
Yeah, and they have Valdez ready just in case. You wouldn't think they'd switch. They'd send Bernardino up and then just lose him and bring Xavier Nady out if the Phillies make a change. So get him out here and don't worry about it.
Good pitch. That looked like a curveball almost, didn't it?
It was slow. It was a breaking ball and it was slow. But
76 miles an hour. It's listed as a slider up on the board. He doesn't have a curveball.
No. I didn't know that he had a 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball either. That Rich Doobie's a magician with these guys.
Little grounder up the third base side. It hit off the foot of Flores, so it's a foul ball.
That story today, Cody Ross broke his foot on that play here the other night.
They expect him to be out 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh yeah,
with a fracture.
Break your foot. That's usually a couple months.
And then Ryan Sweeney, who we said yesterday was suffering from concussion-like symptoms, was being evaluated today, and they didn't think he was going to be able to play.
Injuries, just amazing, all over the sport.
Off the end of the bat, Ruiz will give it a look all the way back into the crowd. Kendrick honestly has gotten better as the night has gone on.
He's done a very good job tonight. You know, for him to be this deep into the game, giving up 2 runs, they couldn't ask for more. Well, he didn't ask for more. He could give up no runs.
Or hit a home run.
But just a tremendous job to this point.
A 1-2 pitch with a foul ball.
Right at 100 coming up now. Nope, that was number 100. And they'll hit for him in the 8th or in the 7th and say nice job after 7.
Oh boy,
man. You can hear him go outside.
Adrian one time.
Over there they don't think it's high or low. It sounded like he said outside. That's what he said.
I guess it was a little outside. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Flores. 3-2.
You know, if he walks him, they could use Valdez for the left-handed hitter, because they're going to, and just bat him ninth, because they're going to hit for Valdez for the pitcher. Don't give in here now. He didn't. Doing all speed pitch. Ooh, we're getting some heavy miss now.
Yep.
Wow.
So the fans are starting to head toward the concourse.
Yeah, they braved it tonight, but now all of a sudden this is getting to soak everybody a little bit.
Gary Cederstrom is the crew chief. You keep an eye on him as far as the tarp goes. Again, the payoff pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. This should do it for the inning. It ran up on Galvis a little bit. Kyle Kendrick, 7 strong innings tonight. He's retired the side in order in each of the last 3, 11 in a row to finish up his outing. Time to stretch here at Citizens Bank Park. answer. Wheels, here's the question one more time. Which Major League player has the most career at-bats against Kyle Kendrick without getting a hit?
I can't wait to hear the answer.
You're not going to put a guess in?
How could you guess that?
Well, think about the two teams that are here. That'll break it down a little bit. You got 50 players to choose from. Well, maybe 51. That's your hint. There's 51 players to choose from.
So you're telling me it's probably a Philly?
Right.
Well, I didn't even think about that till right now. Well, hold on a second.
And if I say, all right, so then you have 26 players to choose from if it's a Philly. Or 25, not counting Kendrick.
Juan Pierre.
Juan Pierre is a good guess, but it's incorrect. How about Lance Nix?
Oh, yeah.
10 at-bats without a hit against Kyle.
Forgot about the DL.
He's right next to he's right in front of him.
Sorry, Lance.
We could have showed you that. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're a winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
That was a fun question. Like to have gotten it right, but I had no shot.
Craig Stammen will take over on the mound. Roger Bernardina, meanwhile, will bat ninth. He's in left field. Lombardozzi goes from left to second base. Stammen will bat sixth. Right now he's facing Galvis, Fontenot, and then a pinch hitter to start the seventh. 2-0 Washington in the rain here in Philadelphia. And it's 2-0. See the numbers on Stammen. The bullpen for the Nationals has been pretty good. They average just under 9 strikeouts per 9 innings.
You look at their pitching overall, it's been outstanding.
Bills with 3 hits today. Had such a great opportunity in the last inning and just couldn't score. To the right side. LaRoche, nice play. Stammen covers. 1 out. And that'll bring Fontenot to the plate. Who will hit after Fontenot? Probably depends on the situation, but right now it's Pete Orr who comes out on the on-deck circle. Fontenot's hitless in 2 at-bats. 2 for 5 in a Phil's uniform. And it's 1-0. Tomorrow night, Jordan Zimmerman against Roy Halladay. Wednesday, Edwin Jackson against Cole Hamels. One of the big surprises for the Phillies this year has really been the way they've played here at Citizens Bank Park. They just haven't been the same team here. They're 1 game under 500.
Mets helped put him into that. 1-5 against the New York Mets in this ballpark.
Yeah, it's still surprising, though, even beyond that, that they're under 500. You look at the Nationals, they're 15-8 at their place. 2-1 pitch. Line drive caught by Lombardozzi. So 2 outs here in the 7th. And Pete Orr will indeed bat. Kyle Kendrick, 7 innings tonight. As we mentioned, he did everything he could. 2 runs, that's it. Retired the last 11 batters that he faced. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pete Orr. swing and a miss. Flores will pick it up off the dirt, and it's a 1-2-3-7 for Stammen out of the pen. Phillies are retired in order. We've completed 7 here at Citizens Bank Park. Still just a 2-0 Nationals lead as we go to the 8th. Ford stores by Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. And by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. 43,787. As we go to the 8th, the bullpen will take over for the Phillies. Raul Valdez, the first one up for the Phils. And he'll face Bernardina to start it off. Although it looks like Davey Johnson may counter. You see Valdez's numbers, just 2 games so far. No wins, no losses, a 0.00 earned run average. And Xavier Nady will lead it off. He'll be the pinch hitter for Roger Bernardina.
Yeah, that means that they're thinking about Stammen for 2 innings the way they double switched and put a position player in the 9 hole. Due to lead off, and then they decide, well, they're going to go for more runs too and use Nady.
Nady has 3 home runs so far this year, but he's hitting just $139. So of his 10 hits, 3 are homers. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Valdez has done a good job since they brought him back up. 2nd straight year the Phillies have had a Valdez on their pitching staff.
I think that line was thrown out.
It was?
Thrown at Wilson Valdez.
Oh.
Yeah. Inside, 1-2.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I really didn't steal it, but I don't know what's any good either.
See, the Red Sox series, bullpen did their job. 1 inning, or 1 run in 8 2/3. Phillies just couldn't muster enough offense in Saturday's game and yesterday's game.
Nor today's.
A strikeout for Valdez.
Valdez doesn't throw real hard.
Must be some deception.
Well, that's what I was going to say. He looks like he has a little deception. Got a decent little fader, change up, little breaking ball. I don't know. And he gets outs.
Ground ball toward the hole. Surrounded by Galvis. Off balance. Throw in time to get Lombardozzi. 2 outs.
Yeah, that's really a tremendous play by Freddie. Shortstop has to make a decision, split-second decision on that. He's going to backhand it, or is he going to have to surround it and throw on the run like that? A lot of it depends on the speed of the runner. In this case, he decided to surround it and then flip it. And he got Lombardozzi coming out of the box from the right side. If he hits that ball left-handed, he may backhand it.
Showed a pretty good arm, too.
he did a nice job. He had a lot of momentum when he threw that and made a good flip with it.
There's a fly ball to left. Pierre is there. It's slicing back toward him. A 1-2-3 8th inning for Raul Valdez. He retires the Nationals in order. That's 14 in a row retired by the Phillies pitching. Juan Pierre will start it off when we get back. Night here at the Yard, the Phillies will take on the Colorado Rockies. It's the start of a 3-game series, and then a great giveaway. The MLB Network Drawstring Backpack, free to all fans. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Might get a chance to see Jamie Moyer pitch for the Rockies. There's Xavier Nady. After his strikeout, he goes into the game to play left field. Stammen begins his second inning of relief. He'll face Juan Pierre to start the 8th. Phillies down only 2-0. They are in desperate need of some offense here in the 8th from the top of the order. One ball, one strike to Pierre.
It's a heck of a pitcher. Bring out your bullpen. You can use it for 2 innings with those kind of bullets that he has. Normally guys that throw this hard don't pitch 2 innings. Real luxury.
Left side, big hop for Zimmerman.
Ooh. Still having trouble throwing, doesn't he?
I think Stammen didn't get down initially.
Is that what it was?
I think, but he is having trouble still throwing.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was before. It looks like he's trying to get on top of the throws a little bit, and he's not underhanding everything the way he had been doing there for a while when he had the yips and a bad shoulder. They're right here. A little extra crow hop makes the throw. You have to throw it very far. It was amazing to watch that happen to a player like Zimmerman, as good as he is.
Now Polanco, who's been on base twice tonight. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Phillies and their luck is due to turn, but they're 0-15 when they trail after 7. So we're here in the bottom of the 8th. They're down 2-0.
Yeah, they just have to get better.
Here's the 2-2. Outside, 3-2. Line drive, base hit to right field. So the Phillies do have the tying run coming to the plate. Second hit of the night for Polanco. Well, last time they had a scoring opportunity, we had our Liberty Mutual defensive play of the game, Wheels.
Well, Roach has always been a really good first baseman. Look at him backhand that one, then throw on the run. And Placido Polanco trying to score from third base. Great tag there, 2 by Flores to get him on the shoulder before he could get to home plate. What a tremendous play, though, by LaRoche.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy? Victorino doubled his last time up. Takes low, 1-0.
Batting right-handed his last time, hit it down there off those seats, those low seats, and took a crazy carom into the outfield. But Polanco not running very well. Did not score from first base, but you still had second and third, nobody out, and then they didn't get anything.
Sarge is wondering out loud whether that ball hitting the half wall hurt the Phillies because it went to the corner where Polanco have had an easier chance to try to score.
Depends, you know, it depends on how quickly the left fielder got into it and what angle and whether it bounced down. And with nobody out, Juan Samuel was going to go caution first and but brought down by 2 runs.
Victorino this year with 5 home runs, 4 right-handed, 1 left-handed. And he takes strike 1. It's 2-1.
Said that ball's up.
Breaking ball slapped toward the hole. Base hit into left field. Polanco will stop at second. Desmond was shaded toward the middle.
I'd be flinched too. Did Polanco start to run then? I don't know.
I didn't see that.
It almost looked like Desmond broke a little bit and then had to come back. I don't know. Maybe not. It's just his momentum. He started his momentum a little bit up the middle, and now he's got to break the other way, and he slips. Nope, he doesn't break.
Well, now the Phils have a crack at the door. And here's Pence. Lined sharply to center. His last time up, Ankiel made a diving play. That was when Polanco went a third of the way down the line, didn't go back to tag up, and it was caught. They just had to hang out at third.
Yeah, they're going to go into their outfield defense into a no doubles, don't hit it over your head defense, and play him towards right center. And you see he has a lot of room in left center field, and boy, they're giving him the lines.
Big time in left field line. Out front. Popped him up. Infield fly rule should be called. Zimmerman, the third baseman's under it. 2 outs. It's left up to Ruiz.
Well, looks like he had a pitch to hit too. A first ball, fastball right down the middle. And just skied it.
Carlos is 0 for 2 tonight.
Back to this frustrating pattern that they're in again all of a sudden. They had been scoring a little bit, and now all of a sudden can't score again.
to the dirt. Flores keeps it in front. 1 ball and 1 strike. Papelbon is warming in the pen in case the Phils are able to tie it or take the lead. Last 3 games, 3 for 28 with runners in scoring position. Outside, 2-1. How about nobody up in the Nationals pen?
Hey, you wonder how much use they've had. This is usually a spot where they'll think about Clippard unless they're going to use him to close the night instead of Rodriguez, depending on the usage they've had.
Check swing. Foul ball, 2-2.
Shame there for Carlos. Couldn't get out of the way of that, or he'd be in a 3-1 spot. They were bearing down on him. This is the pitch they want to make now. That's why they're going to have a little talk about it. They don't want to go to 3-2 on him.
Stanley's doing all the talking there. He's moving pretty quick.
Well, it's his decision. He's got it in his hand, not the catcher. Unless you got a catcher out there that, you know, is such a veteran, said this is what we're going to do.
So it's Stammen against Ruiz. The Phils looking to break through for the first time tonight. Now the 2-2. Back toward the middle, right at Ian Desmond. Flips to second the short way, and the inning is over. So the Phillies now 3 for their last 29 with runners in scoring position. They lead 2 in the 8th. They move to the 9th. Nationals up by 2. The Sixers Game 5 Eastern Conference semifinal against the Celtics. Get all the news Philly fans need to know on Sports Night, presented by Toyota. Tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Top of the 9th inning, it's 2-0 Nationals on top. They scored a single run in the 2nd, a single run in the 4th. Things did not go well up in Boston either tonight. 101-85, the Celtics have defeated the Sixers as Ryan Zimmerman takes a hack at the first pitch from Raul Valdez. Will return Wednesday night to the Wells Fargo Center for Game 6.
Important inning for Valdez now. You know, it just seems like it's 8-0, and it's only 2-0. Get a base runner and get the tie and run up in the bottom of the 9th inning here at home. Try to get through this inning right now and and get them out and just be down by 2. And sooner or later, they're going to win a game after the 7th.
That's right.
Said?
Yep. Well, and after the 8th,
yeah.
0-16. There's a strike of the knees. It's 1-2. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. Miami has come from behind. They now lead the Rockies 6-4.
Rockies are really struggling. They got swept by Seattle over the weekend in Denver.
Jamie Moyer was the starter in that one. He was staked to a 4-0 lead. He pitched in his 50th Major League Stadium.
And he pitched a lot of games against the Marlins over the years.
Just doesn't have the Dan Uggla magic. At least didn't have it tonight.
Not tonight. Yeah, well, you wonder how many of those Marlins are left from those days that he pitched against them. But he got Reyes in there. I don't remember how he did against Reyes, but he used to really dominate Florida.
Zimmerman down looking on that fastball. Second strikeout for Valdez.
This guy's just a little bit funky with his delivery. Zimmerman thought that pitch was inside. It was pretty close. Looked like a good pitch. Take a look. Do some umpiring at home. What do you think? Strike.
Here's LaRoche. He's 0 for 2. 15 in a row retired by Phillies pitching. Kyle Kendrick 11 in a row. Now Valdez 4 in a row. There's Doc. He'll pitch tomorrow.
That play LaRoche made. There are a lot of people would have made that play, and that ball would have been rattling around the photo deck down there into the dugout. Man, that was a great play. Or it could have been a really dumb play too. But when you're as good as this guy, I guess you're just confident you can make a play like that.
Still surprised that he came home.
Well, with a 2-0 lead, yeah. Because you give up a run there and it's 2-1 with 2 outs.
3-1 the count to LaRoche. Fly ball left field. That is a towering shot. Juan Pierre makes the catch.
The rain let up pretty fast.
Roy Halladay against Jordan Zimmerman tomorrow. Game time will be on the air at 7. Game time is 7:05.
Good matchup. Zimmerman's a good looking young pitcher against Roy Halladay anytime Doc goes out there, you have a chance to win.
Particularly against the Nationals. We just showed you his numbers against Washington. Desmond swings at the first pitch.
Shocker.
Shallow right. Fontenot is out there. 1-2-3. Go the Nationals. 17 straight retired by the Phils pitching staff. Now the Phils offense trying to get something going at the bottom of the ninth. Phillies with one more chance. Time now for our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Well, Ian Desmond's been the story for the Nationals. All their scoring came early. Look at first ball, fastball, and bam, out to dead center field. Gave them a 1-0 lead. He also singled in their other run. That was early off Kyle Kenwick. Did a great job tonight. That is our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
So Henry Rodriguez is on to try to close it out for the Nationals. He is their closer. With Drew Storen on the disabled list.
Look at those walks.
And Brad Lidge on the disabled list. 12 walks and 17 2/3. How about Raul Valdez and what he did and what this bullpen has done?
He did a great job
during this homestand.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's come up from AAA. You know, he's not a kid, he's a veteran. But he goes out there and he gets outs. Now, Rodriguez, I'm sure they're reaching for the antacid in their dugout because he can give you some adjuvant.
What was it? Remember when Davey Johnson was the manager of the Mets, the Cardinals fans used to ask, hold up signs about the Rolaids and stuff like that?
Well, that's what Rodriguez is like. You know, he throws 100 miles an hour, but he has his catcher diving all over the place. Some nights he's good, some nights he's not. And hopefully, they're just thinking there's nothing he can do. As a manager, he's your guy right now. You put him in the game and you sit back and put the seatbelt on.
Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1-2-3, which is what Raul Valdez did in his 2 innings. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports, giving you all your favorite sports all year long. It's Mayberry to start it off, then Galvis, then Fontenot. Those are the 3 hitters that are scheduled here in the 9th.
Got to take a pitch. There you go. There's your first
Take a
one.
strike, maybe?
Yeah, well, there's your first one, and look at the catcher. There he goes. There goes his neck being put out of joint already on the first pitch.
If you're wondering about the Phillies bench, as you look at this first pitch from Rodriguez. Whoop.
Oh, yeah. A fastball just eats him alive. Take another one. Here we go.
If you wondered about the Phillies bench, Schneider, Luna, and Wigginton we know are available. Jimmy Rollins, who is not with the team tonight, is probably on the card. Pete Orr's already been used.
How'd you like to be Flores right now? Well, they may not want to watch it tonight. So there's some nights you just say, we're not going to watch it.
They're going to get Sean Burnett up.
When he misses by that much, now he can throw one right down the middle now, too. 100 mile an hour. Got to keep taking until he throws at least 1 strike. Whoa! Yeah, that's where they're thinking, oh no, the bad Henry has shown up. Malo Enrique.
So there's Burnett.
You got the Bueno Enrique and the Malo Enrique. Stay loose, John.
Seriously. Ball 4.
That's close, but it's not a strike. You just got to stand there. But they're going to leave him in there until he at least throws 1. Whoops.
And Steve McCatty's giving Burnett a little time to get warmed up out there.
Yeah, they've seen this act enough times. And I guess they can tell in a couple pitches whether or not they're going to have a lot of excitement or not. And right now it appears that the excitement factor has entered.
Steve McCatty was the pitching coach when Jim Riggleman was the manager. He stayed when Davey Johnson was hired in June of last year. Steve McCatty was a pretty good pitcher in his own right with the Oakland A's.
Well, he spent a lot of time out there letting that guy get ready. And Johnson's out there, and he's got to break this up enough. Because, it's not that what is he going to tell him? Stop throwing it to the screen? He's out there stalling to try and get his guy ready. And then he ain't let him wait that long.
Following the ball game, get highlights and a complete recap of this matchup on Phillies Post Game Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. John Bourg, Ricky Vitalico. We'll have all the action. And a look ahead at tomorrow's start between Roy Halladay and Jordan Zimmerman. There's Freddie Galvis with a runner at first. And ball 1. 5 in a row out of the strike zone.
Took a little off that one to try and get it over. That was 97. Close. You wouldn't think he'd throw a lot of ground balls with that stuff of his.
In the air to right center field. Towering shot. It's not going to get out of the yard, though. Harper is there. He makes the catch. One away. He went upstairs to try to grab that one, and it sounded good. It just didn't have enough carry on it.
Too hard to hit a ball like that with a small guy. It's really hard. Even though Freddie's fairly, pretty strong, it's really hard to hit this ball. Get on top. Look where it is. It's 100 miles an hour. You can't get on top of it. See how he had to pull his arms in a little bit. Very few people can drive that ball, and that was ball 2.
So 1 out. Here's Fontenot, who's 0 for 3. No balls and 1 strike to Fontenot. Struck out, grounded out, lined out.
All fastballs so far. This guy has a nasty breaking ball too, which can really be tough for the catcher to control. There it is.
Gets away from Flores. May have gone right through his glove.
They need new laces.
Mayberry goes up to second. That's a wild pitch. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Fontenot.
He just fires this thing low. It's so hard to react to a fastball like that when it's wild.
7th wild pitch for Rodriguez.
Yeah, a breaking ball, they anticipate in the dirt. Fastball, you can't anticipate.
Line drive, base hit to center field. Mayberry held up. So he'll stop at third. First to third, so the tying runs are aboard. Ty Wigginton will pinch hit.
Obviously, there's no reason to hold up on that. But, whether or not he waved him anyway when you're down by 2 runs.
Yeah, with Ankiel's arm, he was pretty deep.
Yeah, you got to be careful. But still, that was a hit all the way, and it's up the middle.
So 6 hits now for the Phillies. With 1 out, they have first and third. A ball to the gap. Should score Fontenot too. 1 step at a time. Outfield is deep. First pitch is away from Flores. Mayberry doesn't come home. But Fontenot goes up to second. I don't know if John didn't see it because of where it was, if he was just being overly cautious, but he should have been able to score very easily on that. I don't know if he saw it.
Davey Johnson's seen enough of this.
This is going to be it.
Well,
Johnson's coming out.
Overly cautious, you hope, because that is a wild pitch you got to score on. And then you have a runner at second, you get over and in and maybe tie the game. But anyway, as we said about Rodriguez when they were bringing him in, who are they going to get tonight? And they got the one that they have to double up on the antacid.
So Rodriguez's night is done. He's out rather abruptly. 1/3 of an inning, 2 wild pitches. This is an AT&T call to the bullpen here at Citizens Bank Park. Nationals, it's left-hander Sean Burnett to face right-handed hitting Ty Wigginton. Burnett has been great for the Nationals this year. In 15 games, his ERA is 0.75. 15 strikeouts in 12 innings of work. Davey Johnson just saw enough of Henry Rodriguez. And that really accentuates a problem for the Nationals as they move forward without Drew Storen and without Brad Lidge. Can they sustain what they've done with the back of the bullpen like that? They are fortunate that they have Tyler Clippard and Sean Burnett. But for tonight, Davey Johnson saw enough of Henry Rodriguez. So here's Wigginton.
And this is even with a right-handed hitter, a pinch hitter at the plate who had taken one pitch. He just said, I just can't deal with this.
So Wigginton will bat for Valdez. Mayberry's on third. Fontenot's on second. And man, any run has been tough to score tonight for one reason or another. 2-0 the count. Remember, it was 1-0 when Rodriguez left, but the batter is the responsibility of Burnett.
He's due against the lefty, huh?
Yeah, it's surprising. There's Hector Luna on deck for Juan Pierre.
I wonder about Clippard not being available tonight, or whether he was going to be the close. Well, no.
Rodriguez
they
was.
Just brought Rodriguez in.
Fly ball down the right field line. Harper is over. Mayberry tags. Harper makes the catch. The throw coming home. Offline. Fontenot stayed at second. It's a 2-1 ball game.
Fontenot had a chance to be at third there when he overthrew the cutoff man like that. So hopefully that doesn't cost him.
So a sacrifice fly. There are 2 outs. And Hector Luna, who won so many games in spring training for the Phillies, is up now here in the regular season with a chance to tie it. The left fielder, Nady, has shortened up a little bit. Same with Harper, the right fielder. And Keel is still fairly deep in center.
He's their best thrower.
The pitch to Luna. Outside, 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Outside, 3-0.
Luna's doing a great job of trying to hit to his strength. There's Polanco on him. Luna's a middle-in hitter. He does not want the ball away. This guy does not want to give in middle-in to him. Yet he doesn't want to walk him, so he's teasing him away. You just hope you give him something middle-in, and he might be able to pound one. Got a take there. Sure. But now this pitch. This is the one right here where Luna still has a pitch to play with. If they want to throw it away, throw it away from him. Yeah. But if he makes a mistake middle in, that's his wheelhouse.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Inside low, ball 4. The winning run is aboard. And here comes Placido Polanco, who's 2 for 3 tonight. Polanco's hit over 350 in his last 20 ball games. His average is up to 288. The tying run is at second. The potential winning run is at first. Got pretty good speed at second in Fontenot.
Now they're bringing the outfielders in.
Yep.
With two out, in this situation.
Outside 1-0. Flores just asked Adrian Johnson where that pitch was. They've all really been in that same spot.
Well, they're outside. That was a really good job by Luna not to chase in that situation.
The Braves have lost. The Mets are tied. The Marlins are winning. And the Phils trying to take care of business here at Citizens Bank Park in game 1 of this 3-game series. It was a struggle just to get that first run.
Oh, wasn't it? They have really good throwers in center and right, not so hot in left. And Nady, and a wet ball. Fontenot standing out there at second base, keeps looking around, make sure he knows where those outfielders are.
Yeah, he's getting a good secondary lead. Luna the save at first. Two and 1 the count now to Polanco. The driving fastball kept on cutting in, and he fouled it away. Phillies have scored a run. Mayberry scored from third on the sac fly by Ty Wigginton.
I'd like to see them scoring that wild pitch and the other runner get to third, and then the sac fly ties it, right?
Line drive caught at second by Lombardozzi, and the ball game is over. The Phillies leave 2 here in the 9th. They get 1, but fall just short as they drop the first of this 3-game series 2-1 to the Washington Nationals. It was not a picture perfect night for the Phillies from a base running standpoint, and it came back to haunt them here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-1 the final score. The Nationals win it. Gio Gonzalez was not sharp at all tonight, but he did enough to give the Nationals the victory on the mound.
Yeah, he walked 3, struck out 9. He got the job done, especially early. Phillies did have some shots at him, but weren't able to do anything. He's a good-looking young pitcher, but he was a guy you could have gotten to, but they weren't able to do it.
Well, they didn't score against Gonzalez. They did have a couple of opportunities, but unable to play to run. They scored 1 in the 9th, but that was it. They lose it 2-1. We'll be back to talk a little bit more about it right after this.